Okay, students, this is your video lecture on our new platform. We're going to start doing um, sight reading and sight singing assignments on. And actually, we're still going to continue to use Tone Savvy. We are now adding this thing called Sight Reading Factory. And what I've done on this week's module is I have placed a whole page on getting set up on Sight Reading Factory. And the thing is, with our musicianship drills, Tone Savvy is great and wonderful, but it doesn't work on our sight reading and sight singing skills. So, Sight Reading Factory is a platform that has some great exercises to improve your sight reading and sight singing. Now, sight reading is a general term for being able to look at a piece of music and you know what you're looking at. It makes sense to you. You can read the language, you can read pitch, you can read rhythm, you know what the music is saying to you. And sight singing is if you were like to look at it and sing back the pitches. Now, sight reading is very important because that's pretty much like 80%, 90% of what being a musician is all about. Um, Anybody can listen to something over and over and over and over and over and eventually get it. But it takes somebody at a different level to being able to look at written notation and be able to play or sing or recognize or understand what they are looking at instantly. So you're going to do this setup, follow these steps. You're going to go to www.sightreadingfactory.com and you're going to register as a student. Here's your code. Put that code in, it will automatically put you into the class that I have set up. Okay, so once you do this, you'll be fine and you'll be all ready to start your assignments. So let me show you how it'll look once you get all set up. It's very easy to set up. You go in there, put the code, poof, you're in. So the way these sight reading assignments work, this is what I've set up for week 7 this week. Some really basic sight reading skills. So let me show you an example of how sight reading works and how you can practice these. Now, besides doing the exercises that I've given you, um, you can do your own practice. You can go on this thing, practice as often as you want. And again, like all of the musicianship exercises on Tone Savvy or on this, the only way you're going to get good at something is to practice it over and over and over. So there's a big difference between theory and you get the idea of what a whole note is or a quarter note is or what the letter C looks like or what the letter D looks like. And that's totally different than an ability and a skill to be able to musically do things like sight sing or dictation or hearing, etc., etc. So when you get all hooked up on your Sight Reading Factory platform, you will be in the Music 5 class, and you'll see all your assignments here, and you can do them. So let's show you. I'm going to do this one here. All right, so this is what yours will look like. Now here's what it's going to be. I've given you a whole minute to look at the exercise, and you're going to record yourself and sing it, and I'm going to listen to all of your submissions. Okay, I'm not judging and grading on how well you sing or anything, but the idea that you understand what rhythms you're looking at, and you can recognize when pitches move up and pitches move down. So let's take a look at how this looks. When you're ready to do your thing, you'll do this. You'll have a microphone because you're going to record your sight singing. So let's see what happens. Let's test the microphone. That's exactly what it looks like. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, testing. All right, let's hear what you sound like. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, testing. All right, that sounds okay. You can try it again if you didn't like it. Otherwise, if you think you're ready to go, you put sounds good. Now, here's my suggestion. Um, if you're a female, go ahead and you can pick soprano, or you can go down here to the voice family. Um, and it'll show you different things: baritone, bass. If you're a female, you can go ahead and put alto, I guess, to keep you in the lower register. Either way, it will give you a treble clef to sight read. Okay, males, I put you in this thing called tenor, treble 8, and that just means you're going to read the treble clef rather than reading a bass clef. We'll start here. So if you're a man, put tenor, treble 8 clef. Lady, you can put sopranos or alto. Okay, so I'm going to put here. So you're going to click this, what you want to do. All right, so what I've given you with each assignment, I'm giving you 60 seconds. I'm giving you 1 minute to study the music you're looking at. Look at the rhythm, look at the pitch, look at the counting. You'll sight sing 4 measures. The tempo's pretty slow, and you can do it as often as you want. Now, the thing is, because it's sight singing, if you don't accomplish the first time, you say, I want a second try, it's going to give you a different example. Because if you're doing the same example over and over and over and over and over, that's not sight singing or sight reading. Sight singing, sight reading is the ability you see it the first time. You know what you're looking at. I've given you a little metronome to click so you know how to keep the beats. So let's take a look how this is going to work. Let's get started. Okay, we got a minute to think about it. We're counting to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd like you to sing these with the letters. Now, how do we know what that note is? See this little pitchfork? That's a C. That's the main note. So we're going to start there. La, that's a C. So we go C, C, D, D, go up. E, F, G, come down. G, F, E, D, C. Okay, now it's going to count us off. Let's hear our first note again. That's where we start. Ready? C, C, D, D, E, F, G, F, E, D, C. Now, the beauty of it, you can listen to what you just did. Here we go. C, C, D, D, E, F, G, F, E, D, C. Now you can say to yourself, did I do it right? Well, you can either listen to just the synthesizer, remember, I'd like you to say these with the letters, so I know you know the letters. Then you can see how close did you get to sight singing that perfectly with, listen. C, C, D, F, G, F, E, D, C. Now I think I sang that pretty perfect. If you do that and you're happy with it, you would submit your assignment, and then I can listen to it and say, you get it. You know how to read rhythms. You know how to read pitches. Now, if you'd like, and let's say you did not do that well, you think you can do better, great. Do another one. Try again. But it's going to give you a different one. You got a minute to think about it. What's the rhythm? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's our first note? There's our first note. C, C, D, another D, D, E, F, E, D, C, C. Now, if you think you're ready, just start. C, C, D, D, E, F, E, D, C, C. Let me hear it. C, C, D, D, E, F, E, D, C, C. So a couple things are happening. You're demonstrating to me that you know how to read your notes, you know how to read the rhythms, you know how to keep a steady count. Let's see how close I got to it. C, C, D, D, E, F, E, D, C, C. There you go. And if you think you sound great, push submit assignment, and I will get to hear what you did, and I'll be able to grade. Now let's assume you're just like, oh man, I just give up. Well, you can abandon and come back to it later. Okay. For right now, since I'm not going to submit to myself, I'm just going to put abandon assignment. Yes, I want to exit. I'll come back later. Now, those ones, number 1 and number 2, are those very simple sight reading things where you tell me the letters. But then I gave you these ones, number 3 and 4. You're going to give me the pitch degree, the scale degrees. What do I mean by that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's see what we got. Same thing. Let's test the microphone. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, testing. Okay. Sounds good. Again, I'm going to go here. Females, you can go soprano or just click on voice family and pick an alto. Either way, let's stay in the treble clef. A little bit later on, I'll start mixing up clefs, and you guys by the end of the semester, every week we're going to do these exercises, and by practicing these every week, you guys will be able to read anything. But we start here, so I'm going to do this. All right, I'm going to get 60 seconds, 4 measures, fairly slow tempo. But this time, instead of saying letters, I'm going to do numbers. Think about it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But this time I'm saying numbers. What's the first note? That's our main note. But this time, instead of going C, C, D, we're going to go 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1. I don't need any more time. I think I'm ready to go. Let's listen to that first note. That's where we start. La. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1. Okay, let's listen to what I did. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1. Okay, now if you have done that, you've demonstrated you know the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know that's the 1, that's the 2. Let's just listen to the synthesizer. That's what it's supposed to sound like. How close did I get to sight singing that? Being able to sing that right when I looked at it. Okay, just here we go. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1. Yeah. Now again, if you aren't happy with it, let's just say you really messed up the rhythm, you didn't get the pitches sounding good, let's try it again. But you get a different one. We got a minute to think about it. What's our first note? 1. Look, what's the rhythm doing? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's our whole note. 1. What do we start on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I think I'm ready. Listen to that. That's where we start. 1, 2, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Let's see what I sound like. 1, 2, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's see what it sounds like with the real tune. 1, 2, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you see how easy these are, and I'm going to abandon it because I'm not going to submit to myself. And that's how these exercises work. And I guarantee you, every week, I'll give you these kind of exercises. I'll slowly amp things up. And as we head into week 8, week 9, week 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, by the end of the semester, you guys will be able to sight sing a lot of stuff. I'll be changing up rhythms. I'll be changing key signatures. I'll move things from treble to bass clef. And you guys will turn into sight reading monsters, and only if you practice all of these things. So I think you'll have a lot of fun with this. I had a lot of fun setting it up, and when you submit them, I will go and listen to how you're sounding and grade them accordingly. So you guys have fun with that, and we'll talk to you later.